Nostalgic Gaming of Final Fantasy IV. Once again, we are playing the Steam version of Final Fantasy IV, and we are on the moon. Yesterday, we took on the Giant of Babil, the Four Fiends CPU, and worked our way around the first and second floors of the lunar subterrane. I found myself a map of it just to hopefully make my attempt through this place a little easier. It's unfortunately for the SNES version, but it should serve its purpose, I believe. I used it a little last night while leveling and looking around, and it seems like it should be okay for our purposes. It might have changed some things. Just gonna send a message here real quick. There we go. Alright, so yes, we're going to work our way back into the lunar subterrane. If you recall, it's just behind this crystal chamber where Fusayo is hanging out, and in this chamber where all the crystals have been moved to. As you can see, the crystals are significantly bigger in this version than they were in Final Fantasy IV's SNES version. So here we have it, the lunar subterrane. The warp portals are a little cooler in this than they were in the SNES version. But you gotta appreciate the effort that was put in, even back then. These Moon Maidens drop something that I wish they would drop more often, and that's the Artemis bow for Rosa. I looked it up last night and they have like a 0.4% drop chance. It's ridiculously low. And Blue Dragons drop Rydia's best weapon, the Dragon Whisker. They dropped a Soma drop though. Soma drops are decent in themselves in that they drop, or they give MP. Let's see here. Alright, okay, so I got some armor last night for Edge. I lose a little bit of strength, but I gain a lot of defense evasion. A lot of evasion, holy crap. Yeah, magic defense. Okay, yeah, that's worth it. I'll take it. And I discovered that if I go this way, it'll take me to... This isn't actually the correct way through the dungeon, it's just taking me to something that I want to get before I finish the dungeon. Unfortunately, there are some bosses in here that might kill me because I'm not a very good player. It's just how it is. I hate these guys. These guys drop the Blacktail. The Blacktail drops allows you to get the Onion armor. The Onion armor is not terrible. It's almost as good as the Adamant armor, really. It gives you defense and M defense plus your level. So at level 99, you're getting 99 defense and 99 M defense, apparently. That might just be the DS version. But so far this game has been pretty on par with the DS version, what they offered. The Adamant armor, however, gives me a cottage, you sack of shit. This game is taunting me with monsters that I want, giving me nothing. Anyway, the Adamant armor, however, gives you 100 defense and 100 M defense, and you can equip it at any level and get that much. So it's pretty awesome for a New Game Plus, apparently. The downside to that is you actually have to hunt Princess Flans. Oh no, no, I'm not. I'm not tail grinding. I did actually get another one yesterday though. I'm just explaining what the tails drop right now. And hello, corn egg. Yes, the princess plans drop the pink tail at a 0.4% chance. All right. So here's one of the item I was talking about. To those who covet this blade, I bring death. Allow intrigue. The white dragon? Interesting. I was expecting something else. I don't know, I don't do a southern accent very well, I just do accents and... Yeah, hit Edge. Windtrigger, I would have hosted you, but yesterday, but I can't work and have that running at the same time. I don't know how it works though. Oh shit, Cecil heals it. Ah, god damn it. Okay. Alright. Where the hell is it? Oh, he's dead. Okay. I guess I should pay attention to what Cecil's doing. It's really friggin' rude of them to make Cecil's best weapons in the game holy swords and then make him heal the enemies when he hits them. Mercy him. Well, it is a dragon. There we go. Gets a little bit of his strength back, a stronger weapon. Now I get to run back to the beginning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run out of the instance, heal, save, and come back in. Just in case some of the later bosses murder me, I don't have to come back and do this boss. Hey, you're forgetting Flamebender in Blackwing Descent there. Apparently you gotta keep that guy alive too. Or not Blackwing Descent, the Blackhand Forge or whatever. Blackrock Foundry, that's it. That's what I was thinking of. Back attack. You don't back attack me. I got Kane using the Defender because it had a higher attack power and accuracy than the Gungnir, so I was like, well, whatever, I'll give that to him. You can heal that orc that's with him, or, you know, kind of heal him by not killing him. If you keep him alive, he becomes your follower. Hate these Dark Sages. Look at that, Rosa friggin' hits harder than Edge. Let me shove some Maiden's Kiss. I get 3 of them. Shit. I hate fighting these assholes. They spam you with spells. They're a pain in the ass. For some reason, Cecil just cannot hit these guys very hard at all. Good job, Rydia. You actually hit it for once, and you paralyzed it. Well, you gotta realize too, the multi-class system is a staple of Final Fantasy. There are some that don't really use it, but they still use the class system in a way. Like FF4, you still have your paladins, your black mages, your white mages, and all that. But then you have games like FF3 and FF5 where you can swap your character classes whenever you want. There we go. HP and status. Well, Bravely Default is just a Final Fantasy game, not branded as a Final Fantasy game. But yes, Bravely Default is included in that as well. I actually didn't dislike the merchant aspects in it. It wasn't too bad. That would have been bad. Okay. I already told you I have like 2 million gil to give you for the house. I just haven't bothered yet. I just haven't gotten anything to make any money. Alright. Yeah, but you don't want a small house for a guild house. You really don't. $15 for a medium's not bad. That's actually worth it. In Goblet? I've never actually looked at the houses in Goblet, so that's not bad. It'd be cool to get one in Ishgard, but nobody knows when they're actually going to release those. Oops, I don't want it. So yes, now we gotta go up and around and fight a armored fiend. Oh yeah, so I was saying about these guys. These guys got to drop the black tail, and sometimes they feel the need to self-destruct, and then you don't get anything. It's a pain in the ass. As long as it doesn't interfere with the things I already have to do, I don't care what you want to do with your crafting. We died. Yes, Cornag, I hope that helps, because I was trying to get the black tail, and I'm convinced that the ones that exploded on me probably had the black tail. Give me the blue tail. Damn it. Wait, no, there's no blue tail from you. You get the Dragon Whisker, that's what I want. Yay, Kane, 81. You're catching up. So yeah, so this one is a secret path that leads you all the way up here. And around, into this area. And then you deal with silver and gold dragons, which actually aren't too bad. To be honest, I remember having to run from all these, so there's that. In the DS version. And finally we're now on the third floor. I don't think we really did much down here yet. Yeah, see, it was just the, where that weapon was a moment ago. Let me look at my map. Alright, I think I know where I gotta go. Do a little exploring over here. Run into a Dark Sage. I wish I had to run into, or gotten that rainbow pudding, because then I could have done the rest of the Naming Way quest. Oh, another Soma drop. What the hell? I keep almost accidentally giving it to the Soma drop to Kane. I try not to waste MP whenever I can. And stuff like this can just be mowed through without really casting anything. Yay, my character's missed. Lovely. Cecil's as bad as Rydia. Yeah, I do. The good thing of it is running into this battle here allows me to actually get a chance at dropping the Artemis bow for Rosa. The downside is it's a 0.4% drop chance, so I probably won't see it. The blue dragons apparently have a 5% chance of dropping the dragon whisker. God damn it. If I didn't want to get Kane EXP, I wouldn't bother fighting you. Anyway, yeah. The blue dragons have a 5% chance to drop the dragon whisker and a 0.5% chance to drop a 0.4% chance to drop a wyvern lance, which is, I want to say, Kane's second best lance. It's a little better than the defender. And then the best lance in the game is the Holy Lance, but you get that from someplace in this dungeon as well. So I don't know if it's really worth holding out for it. For the Wyvern Lance. Wow, 6,666. Good job, Edge. Alright. If I remember correctly, this place actually gives you some good stuff for clearing up the maze too, so it's actually worth it. A dragon helm. Alright. I'm gonna give this to Kane, or I'm gonna give some 60, 14, 24. I'm gonna give it to him. Yeah, Cecil will benefit more from it. He's got the diamond helmet. Because he's got the Zenjai helm, so. There is actually more treasure in here. And I'm surprised. Lovely. I've never played FF Remnant. What is that? Like, I've heard of it. I keep meaning to go look at it. Like, I just finally took a look at FF Dimensions and kind of want to play that, but I don't want to pay for it. Just because I have other things I'd rather be paying for right now, like a bunch of games I've pre-ordered and haven't bought yet. PMet, while that line is very funny, it is not at all related to what I just said. Or similar in any way. I've never had dried apples. What are they? Dragon Mail. Alright. Cecil. You are wearing Zenjai armor, though. Okay, you are also wearing Zenjai armor. You're gonna have 61 defense afterwards. Okay, go Cecil. Yay! Lunar Subterranean ready. Explosions, excellent. And Dragon Gloves. Not entirely sure if those will be better. I lose 1 defense, gain 6 time defense, and lose 6 magic evasion, alright? Okay, well, I'm gonna give him to anyone that's gonna be Cecil. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Definitely a neat idea. I'll have to YouTube it, see if maybe someone has some videos of how that worked. Yeah, no doubt. Edge hits for 6,666. Rosa has to one-up him and hit for 6,766. Or I guess that'd be 100 up him. Okay, eventually I will be off this floor. Hey, we made it. I just use a Cecil's MB because, yeah. Is Golbez truly evil after all? King, you suffered in my silence for my sake. I'm just shaking because this is so exciting. No, these thoughts are not my own. Why did Mother send her dragon against Cecil and King? Excellent question, Rosa. Why did Mother send her dragon after Cecil and King? It's a little bizarre that you are just asking that question now, but, you know, better late than never, I suppose. What is this? Kludstroof. Indeed. Indeed. I probably shouldn't do that in the middle of a fight. Especially not with something that can actually kill me. Speaking of levels though, what level is Kane? Kane is 81 and he needs 87,000. I think there's something over here. There is. Excellent. Artemis arrow is perfect, just what I needed, another set of those. But hey, you know, if I didn't find them from the monsters, then I would have gotten them there. Perfect. Excellent. Alright, so in this room, there's a treasure chest. I'm going to heal full before I open it, though. Oh. Okay. Everything I read said that there was supposed to be a monster in a box there. I guess not. Okay. Can't spend any time looking at links because I am trying to get through this dungeon before 2. Come on, drop the dragon whisker. You know you want to. No, Rosa, you don't want to miss. Or Rydia, you don't want to miss. He's gonna cast Ice Storm again because he's an asshole. And dead. And he didn't want to drop it. Damn it. Okay, time to heal everyone up again because fuck Ice Storm. This game is taunting me with this battle, knowing that I want the Artemis bow. See? I told you, they're just taunting me. This fight was actually pretty hard when I first got to them in the... Cecil, what the hell? That's it? Just a white fang? I don't know, whatever. Beat me to it. That's why I don't put a banner for whatever the hell you just said. Because banned. Yay, Kane. Another battle already. You should be able to sex it out. So when Rydia hits someone, she actually hits fairly hard. The problem is when she hits someone, she has like a 60% or 59% hit rate. And the next potion. Excellent. Alright, this should be the treasure chest that has something in it. Stardust Rod, which I'll probably never use. Hello, Behemoth. Where is it? There it is. That's right, I don't want to cast magic on this day. You cast Maelstrom, and Maelstrom hurts. Oh, I paralyzed him. Rydia! Rydia! What the F? I think Behemoths are one of the only monsters in the game that get the boss music as their music, even though they're not technically bosses. Rydia came through in the end. I'm missing 1%. Where the hell is it? Don't actually see it. Apparently taking one step gets me to a fight, though. Okay, I don't know what the heck was missing, but excellent. There we go. Works for me. Oh, what is this? Dino Zombie. Well, he hits harder than the other one. Now I have to figure out where the hell I am going. Alright. There's supposed to be some really hard fights in this room. Okay, my controller is screwing up. There we go. such as this treasure chest here, is supposed to be rather difficult, so let's see. A crystal shield, enemy ambush. Oh, it's 2 blue dragons. I already fought 2 blue dragons in the past, that's nothing. Of course, Cecil misses. Of course, Kain misses. And they're both paralyzed. Excellent. How are you missing something that's paralyzed, buddy? It is literally not moving. Okay, so in the original version, that fight was a red dragon and a blue dragon. Red dragons are evil. Crystal shield. All right, who gets that? And a dragon shield. That gives me a raw increase in literally everything. Yeah, Kain's got the onion shield, so. Yes. The Great Red Dragon. I was hoping that double blue. Oh, wow, he died fast. The double blue dragon fight would drop of Dragon Lisker. That's 2 5% chances. Protect ring. Is that any good? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give it to. Well, she already doesn't take a lot of damage from elements. I think I'm gonna give this one to Rydia. Just because Rosa already doesn't take a lot of damage from that stuff. Okay, so I don't know where this stuff leads. Realistically, I should have given it to Edge. She's kicking my butt. He's countering everything. Anytime now, there we go. Alright. That leads over there, I guess. I don't want to be there yet. And that leads... over there. Okay. I think I know where I want to go. We want to go down first to this exit. Ah. Kain has the... Anyway, Kain has the onion shield. You're not going to constrict him. Alright. Crystal Mail, enemy ambush. Another behemoth, alright. Excellent question. Ah, Rosa. Alright, yeah, you could have paralyzed it, that would have been funny. Second time in a row. So the blink strategy with Omnicasting appears to work pretty well. Cecil, you're not supposed to miss. The whole point is for the enemy to miss. The behemoth is getting furious. I don't understand why Cecil does so much less to certain monsters. Yay, Kane, you almost have 99 strength. Crystal Mail. I guess it's only fitting that we give that to Cecil as well. You can have the Dragon Mail now. This map is very confusing. Might save some time if I just, or HP if I just cast Blink on everyone, because this guy counterattacks with attack a lot. $9,999, and he's gonna tease me and drop an item. It's a cottage, you sack of shit. Crystal gloves. There's a red dragon. This guy uses Thermal Ray, and that really hurts. I don't know if it hurts in this one, but it used to hurt in the original a lot. And it hurts a lot here too. Okay, so yeah. But on top of that, they also use something. They also drop the red tail. The red tail you use to get the onion sword, which apparently hands down the best weapon in the game for both Cecil and Kane. You guys don't miss, because that's not good. Literally stop missing. Oh my god. 9 out of 10 adventurers agree that the monsters actually die faster when you hit them. What? Alright, so we're going to focus on Edge here doing all of the work, because for some reason he seems to actually hit things. And he topped a pair of dragon gloves. That's awesome. Okay. You can't even equip the I'd lose a lot of evasion, gain some magic defense. It's not really worth the loss for that. Alright. What the hell's this? Little murder. Yeah, I'm not hitting you with lightning. I feel like that's asking for something. Just trying to cheat. A white robe. Okay, cool. And instead of being able to move, it lets me get into a fight with these guys. Actually, should have just prayed. Prayed probably could have been able to heal most of that. Maybe when I level my goldsmith after my miner, I will actually sell stuff. Maybe. I said maybe. There's a pretty good chance I won't actually go through with that because leveling crafting classes is literally the worst thing ever. It's true. Dino zombie again. Oh, don't miss. Missing is literally the opposite of what we should be doing. See, even Rydia hit it. Money drop. A red fang, excellent. You sent all your dragon obsidian to Fiamat? And a crystal helm and an ambush. What do we get in this one? A dino zombie. Alright, well we just phase off against this dude. And he's paralyzed. Get fucked. Edge should finish him off. Yep. There we go. Genji helm, dragon helm is better. Alright, so I'm almost done on this floor, I think. Explore over here first, and then we will head out of there. Literally no relevance. Okay. Okay, I don't know what floor this is. I just know it's the next one on my list. Alright, there it is. I don't even get to move and I'm in a fight. Lovely. And Ahriman. He's casting Doom. Lovely. Hopefully I can kill it before then. Well, Radia's not doing herself any favors. Or Cecil, of course. Gold hourglass. Intrigue, it's not worth fighting in my stream about this. It's actually not worth fighting about at all. Ooh, the Gold Dragon's first this time. That's weird. Oh shit. Just realized this was a back attack. Damn it. Oh. Should still die if Rydia can hit it. Nope, of course not. And down it goes. That's true, Kain was used as well. A Minerva Bezier, I already have that. And it's with a fight that drops Minerva Beziers. Wouldn't it be funny if they dropped another one? It'd actually be kind of annoying, because they dropped the bow that I want. Yay, Kain. Excellent. 99 strength. Okay, this is a floor I don't recognize at all. Not at all where I was expecting to appear. Is that on this floor? I guess it is. Okay. Well. There's still some treasure on the last floor that I actually wanted, but I guess I have to wait. Alright. Alright. Get a little bit of MP back with Prey. Or not. This guy likes to taunt me and just drop cottages. He knows full well that he's being an asshole. Seriously? Like I said before, I'm okay with random battles in games, but I'd like to be able to actually move before I run into another one. Moving half a step is not really considered moving. At least not to me. Ivers are praying to get some MP back. Okay, there's 3 doors, it looks like. Yes, okay. And this room wraps around. See, there we go. That's fine. There's probably nothing up here, but... we shall see. A lot of silver and gold dragons down here. Honestly, I'd rather fight those than red dragons, though. Red dragons hurt. And paralyzed. Excellent. Unless, of course, red dragons want to drop their tail, in which case, you know. Or blue dragons. Stop missing, Jesus. Yay, okay. No item, of course. And there's... seriously? Okay. Damn armored fiends. Okay, so that's all uncovered. Oh wow, Edge is really low on HP. I should probably heal him. Alright, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna go explore those 3 rooms. Because being the final dungeon, as you can tell, we've gotten some pretty good armor for people, which I forgot to equip one of them. Pretty sure, the white robe. Better M defense, a lower, way lower attack. I don't know, it's just not worth it. I don't think. Yeah, he's paralyzed, perfect. I think I've restored almost all of my MP for most people except Cecil. Okay, let's let me get back down to these rooms, please. Alright, this one has 2 treasure chests. I will not relinquish these blessed relics to the likes of you. Lunasaur? Huh. Hey, that's not good. What is it? What arrows? Well, this is off to a great start thus far. It'd be awesome if my guys would stop missing. I tell you that. Oh well, I win. Bit of a pain in the ass, but nothing too dangerous. Yay, Kane. A ribbon! And a ribbon, well. There we go. That was worth coming back for. Okay, so for those of you who forget what a ribbon does or don't know, ribbons in Final Fantasy are very good. They prevent all status effects. Yay, good for you, Edge. You get Blink. And unfortunately, they waited till after the boss that uses Bad Breath to give me the ribbons, but he chopped a poison axe that time instead of an ogre killer. You sack of shit. Way to taunt me. Oh, okay. I don't remember if this is the boss that does it, so we are going to do this. Those who seek this hallowed lance shall have naught but their damnation. Plague Whore? Oh. Oh, that's great. No effect on Kane. That's good. Oh, okay. I see how this works. Casting haste on me on purpose. That's not good. You can't miss. Oh, he's dead. Alright. I didn't have to worry. And for my victory, I get the best weapon in the game. For Kane. The Holy Lance. Which is not the best weapon in FF14. I lose some defense for some, because of the defender. But I gain a lot of accuracy and a lot of attack. I'll take it. And we'll go back to this door. Oh, and there's a save point. With a cottage. Excellent. Not that I haven't found enough of those, but okay. I do not know how to get to that area that I was not able to get to before. Oh. I'll have to come back later and figure it out if I want to get the treasure hunter map. If I ever decided to do that. And I got the achievement for having over 500,000 gil. That's awesome. Yay, Kain has 100% attack power now. Or 100% accuracy. On these, anyway. Unfortunately, ribbons do not render you immune to Doom. I guess that's just the Onion Shield that saved Kain. But hey, at least I found the save point room after I beat the 2 zombie dragons. Technically I only have 15 minutes left, but I think I can get through the last part. Maybe. It's worth it to fight the end boss. Ah, yes, okay. As I thought, this is where we will end up. Okay. The F is this? Something tells me I don't actually want to fight anything here. Ouch. Oh, that only did 3,000 damage. It's dead, but... Even I've done Unforgivable Things. First Mysidia, then Mist. Yes, that's all we know. Time to get over those. Preemptive strike. With the gear that I do have, you'd wonder how much damage this would do if I didn't have it. Yes, death masks. This is an enemy I'm kind of surprised we haven't found in FF14 yet. Yeah, and Rosa lays the killing blow. What does it drop for me? An elixir. That's kind of nice. And a red dragon. And shit. Whereas Kira would be good anytime now. Thank you. And there he goes again with thermal rays. Counterattack. He might be dead here. No, very close though. Still alive. Well, that's not good. You sack of shit. Yeah, you gotta drop me as low as possible before he dies. Alright, for the sake of the rest of this playthrough, I am going to run from shit because that stuff takes a while to kill and I don't want to go too far over too. Come on, you can get away. Hello, Lightning Farron. Oh, whatever. I can actually kill behemoths relatively well. Just gonna throw up Blink. Oops, didn't want her to attack, but well. As long as they don't cast magic on the behemoth, he's generally pretty docile and just attacks. Making them relatively simple to take down. Relatively. I am excellent, how are you doing, Lightning? Uh-oh. It's not dead yet, my blink hasn't worn off. Is this a behemoth or a king behemoth? Why isn't it dead yet? There we go. Excellent. Okay. That's good to hear. Aha. The Inscrutable blade of Masamune will never bend its will to that of men from the blue planet. Uh-oh. Ogopogo. I was worried about this one. Oh, let's hit him with Flare. I'm assuming he doesn't counter with something ridiculous. You cosplay? I like cosplay. So far, he's not too bad. I'm just waiting for him to bust out something ridiculous and kill me with it. Nope, he's dead. Ah, he was not as bad as I thought he was going to be. The normal monsters are more annoying than that. Obtain the Masamune. That is Edge's best weapon. It's also Sephiroth's weapon. There we go. Edge is now as strong as he can be, at least. Yeah, he's 99 and he's got both weapons. So I have one more boss to take out, and then I will be at the end boss. It is optional, but it's also not optional because it drops Cecil's best weapon. Well, not really drops, but blocks. Now's a perfect time to pray. What kind of things do you cosplay, Lightning? Shit, I was gonna pray again. Yay. 3 gold hourglasses, perfect. Now we got this floor. Excellent. I went the wrong way first, that's what I like to see. Take too long to kill. Well, I assume that it was lightning, but I was wondering if there were other things. Okay, you cast Reflect. I'm just gonna cast Smoke. See you later. We're done with that. In fact, while we're at this part in the game, I might as well do this. See you later, Behemoth. We're done. See what happens first. Smoke happens first. I think it's the most used ninjutsu I've ever used in this game. Most of it's just not useful. I mean, it does damage, but not significant enough to make me want to use that over something else. Okay, that's a dead end. You cosplay as a dodo? How's that work? Gold hourglass. Hello again, Behemoth. See you later. B9. 3 light curtains. Okay, this should be the last one. As much as I like this battle music that they got going here, I would like to be at the end boss soon. Another Fuma Shuriken. I'll toss all those at the end boss. Why the hell not? Okay, yeah, this isn't happening. Yeah, see? Look at that. I got a preemptive strike and he still hits me before I can move. At least he didn't cast thermal rays. Just F that spell. Getting good use out of this ninjutsu today. And elixir. And once again. Preemptive attack. He still hits me before my character can act. Another dead end. Yeah, you hit with that crap. See you later. So far I've proven that I can kill everything here, so it's not like I need to. B10, complete. 3 Stardusts. Excellent. The color's changing. The hell is this? Zemus's Malice. Well, Zemus, your Malice can fuck up because I am out of here. Kind of reminds you of running into the crater of FF7. Okay, this is Zemus's breath. Must tell Zemus. Okay, you tell him. That's good. Admittedly, they are kind of cool looking. Pretty lunar curtains. Did I miss Cecil's weapon or something? It's supposed to be on one of those floors, isn't it? Yeah, I don't even care.
Golbez! Fusoya!
Here we are. Golbez and Fusoya are facing off against Zemus. It's nearly done. Give your power to Meteor. Very well. Yes, use all your strength. Twin Meteor. $99,000. Even when this mortal shell is gone, my spirit will live on. Really? Another one?
We did it. What a waste. Such incredible power, and all of it warped to evil ends.
Hey!
Oh, you've come.
Looks like we were too late. You were supposed to leave him for me.
Cecil.
Cecil.
Death only fueled the evil within him.
Zemus. No, Zeromus. This time I will finish what I set out to do.
Zeromus, be gone!
It's no use. Meteor isn't working. Golbez, use the crystal. You tread the path of darkness. That crystal will shed no light for you. Your hands will only stain it darker still. Die! The tables have turned. game over.
Indeed. Now is the time we pray for them. No, for the entire world. Hallam, Olam, we must see that all the prayers made here reach Cecil and his friends on the moon.
Cecil, my friend.
This is your chance. Please have courage.
We'll all be waiting for you!
Return safe. For the sake of the whole Earth.
Rise up! Our prayers are with you. Come on, you can do it! Cecil! Everyone!
Great moon, please, hear our prayers.
Brother.
Cecil, it must be you.
Obtained crystal.
Zeromus. This is the end for you, not us.
Here. Let us help you. Their prayers bestow life. Have courage. Trust in yourselves. Their prayers bestow strength. Maintain your focus. Come back to us, you hear? Their prayers bestow vitality. Moon, shine your light upon them! I'm kind of inside the moon, I don't know how that's possible. My brother. Use the hallowed light within you. Allow it to fill the crystal. Zeromus, show us your true face. Their prayers imbue Cecil with holy might. Alright, let's do this. Zeromus reveals his true nature. He could be. Hit him with a flare. Oh, it heals him. Lovely. Counters with flare. Okay, so that's not good. Fine, we'll use this then. Surely this won't heal you. Yeah, see? Oh, that's not good. Really? Does it hurt? Is it gonna do any damage? It did. There we go. Alright. You can't have too much left in him. Throw haste back up just cause. Mega Flare him again, he'll counter with Osmos. I think we got a big bang coming in now. Oh, we got Meteor coming in though. It's gotta be close to dead now. Yeah, he's dead. And Cecil laid the final blow.
You've truly done it. I'd no idea there was such strength in you. You of the Blue Planet may have already grown more powerful than we of the Moon.
It does rather look that way, doesn't it?
But what of the final words Zeromus spoke?
As long as there is darkness.
There will always be evil in men's hearts. We, all of us, bear a touch of darkness, just as surely as we bear light, much as with the twin sets of crystals. And the darkened underworld that rests beneath your planet's brighter surface. But as long as there is darkness, so will there always be light. Just as the light within you rose to overcome the shadow cast by Zemus.
Well, now that you mention it, I did feel a bit of glow.
Are you joking? It's a miracle Zemus didn't end up using you.
My love of justice kept him at bay, no doubt.
Well then, the time has come for me to join my people in their sleep. What will you do now?
We will return to our planet.
Our friends are waiting.
I see. You are lucky to have such friends. I look forward to the day we can meet again.
Might you permit me to accompany you?
You would join me?
I would. I cannot return. Not after all I've done. And I would very much like to meet my father's people at least one time.
I see. Yes, our blood flows in your veins too. You know this will be a very long slumber.
I do. Cecil, you called me brother. I suppose I can expect no more than that. All you've suffered until now has been because of me.
We must go now and sleep. We will pray for the peace of your planet. Come, let us go.
Yes.
Cecil,
Is this all right, letting him go?
your brothers.
Farewell.
Cecil?
Farewell, my brother.
He's got Naruto marks. And cat whiskers. Birth from wound of dragon's maw, and born unto the stars, by light and darkness cast aloft, our dreamtide oaths resworn. Moon is swathed in everlight, ne'er again to no eclipse, earth with hallowed bounty reconciled, yet fleeting is the reverie, when moon from shadow has egress, guided forth anew by light made manifest, two bound by ties of blood, by time and fate, then rest apart, unto lunar light and Gaian breast. Golbez confirmed Jinchuriki. Yes. Well then, let us begin today's lesson. Alright. Where is Palom? Oh, not again. So I cast a mighty blizzard on the raging fires of Mount Ardale. When are you gonna stop that? The Elder's furious with you. How many times must I tell you the same thing before things sinks into that thick skull of yours? You have a deal of growing up to do if you ever plan to be the sort of mage Tella was. 2 more hours of spell transcription for you. Aw, not again. You've only yourself to blame, you know. Your young highness, you are heir to our kingdom's throne. You have responsibilities. I know that. Then might I suggest you stop chasing after this daydream maiden of yours and start fulfilling some of them? Right. A little more sincerity would go a long way. But, Rydia, there's not a girl in this world that will ever come close to you. Your Highness! She has become a fine young woman indeed. And to think she would return here to us. Rydia! Rydia, why do I have fangs? I want to be the same as you. What do you mean? We're all the same. There's no difference between humans and Eidolons. The Feymark is going to become a very interesting place in the days ahead, isn't it? Well, certainly, and one not lacking for beauty. All that matters is what's inside us. Isn't that right, Cecil? No. Honey? You're a queen now. Why don't you make a little effort to speak like one? Yang, you know I can't stand all that prim and proper stuff. Oh no, it's already past time for today's training. Come along. Yes, your highness. The king was like, might as well make Young the lesson. Always running out on me. Do not fault your husband. He'll build a fine new fabule for all of us. I have no doubt of it. Edward back in his destroyed castle, letting an old woman lift up a pillar by herself. Prince Edward! Sing us the song about the paladin again. I would be most happy to, but not until you finished your chores for the day. You want the castle to be back the way it was again, don't you? Of course! But you promise you'll sing it, right? Anna. Please wait for me. I must be strong and live on here for the people of Damson. But be at peace with Tella. No. Lally-ho! Listen up, dwarfs. We're gonna make this castle good as new again. Your Majesty, we've not the materials. Let's scrap the tanks. They'll see no more use now anyhow. I wonder how Cecil and the others are doing. I've just received some good news in that regard. Cecil and Rosa are to become the king and queen of Baron. Really? And not only that, we've been invited to the coronation. Yay! Your Majesty, you're not helping at all. Didn't I tell you to go and scrap the tanks? Lally-ho! Cecil. Rosa. Look at that. Off comes the helmet. I have no right to bear witness to your joy. Not like this. I will temper myself here, on Mount Ordeals, and then, when I become an even finer dragoon than my father, Perhaps then I can return. Until that day comes, I can but wish you well. Oh my! What is it? The moon, it's... see for yourself. Hmm? Man, you're viewing it really fast, like... Where is their telescope positioned to be able to see it like this? And then the other moon smacks it around the universe. What is it, Cecil? Nothing. I could have sworn I heard my brother's voice. You did? It must have been my imagination. What are you two still doing here? It's a beautiful sunny day and there's no time to be here. I'm sorry, we must have lost track of time. You'll have to do all that stuff time you want later to do all that lovey-dovey stuff. Come along, Rosa, or should I say, Your Majesty? Please, I'll always be Rosa to you. Really? You mean it? Well then, Rosa, a bride can't go without her groom. I've got a maid already. Of course. Well, that's going faster than I can read it. It's been a long time since we've seen everyone, hasn't it? They'll be arriving soon. You'd best hurry too, Cecil. Right. I heard it. I'm sure of it. My brother, he said farewell. And then Cecil powers up. Why does she get into a dress, but he just wears his normal armor? It's very confusing. Cecil has Palom arrested. Ouch. And now. And there you have it. Not as pretty as FF14, but you know, it's kind of nice to see it in the pseudo 3D models that we see here. It was tough going there, silly. I almost did not complete the fight. Zero Miss almost killed me. There's Edge hitting on Riddy again, and she's having none of it. Bagging? Why are they showing bagging? Dark Elf. The Magus Sisters. Cal. Scarmiglian. Look at all the things involved in this game. So is that it? Oh, the credits go on, but the music ends? You're not going to put in another song there for everyone, are you? I mean, the only reason I'm watching the credits is to pay respects to Square Enix for making the game, but why would you say presented by Square Enix and then continue the credits? It doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you just wait to say that until the end? Quack Luck Incorporated? Genevieve Mary Howard? So you're gonna go through and tell us who made the original game too? I mean, it's not really all that necessary. Is that it? We're not gonna get Finn or anything? Oh, there we go. The end. Thank you for playing Final Fantasy IV, but this doesn't have to be the end. You'll now be given the ability to replay the game, retaining all the augments and rare items you acquired the first time around. If you would like to have this option, be sure to save your game completion data when prompted. You can play through the game up to 3 times in a row, so try to giving your characters different combinations of augments each time for variety. But be careful if you are overwriting your other save data. Game completion data can only be used for starting a new game. It cannot be loaded on its own. Until then. Well then, until we meet again. Limit break. I'll save it in slot 3. Okay, so that's Final Fantasy IV. Thank you very much for watching me play through FF4. I have already pre-set up the after years, and I will start that tomorrow. Sorry I went 40 minutes over what I normally thought I was going to, but today's going to be a slow day, so it's all good. So I will see you all tomorrow for Final Fantasy IV the After Years. Thank you very much again, and have yourselves a great day.